What's up, everyone? This is G The Hypersapien, and we are live. So basically, I thought I might do a live stream, or well, I am now, but I thought I'd do a live stream. I want to do some more hobby hangouts, in the future. So yeah, this is sort of just a bit of a tester. I did used to do, hey there, Roger. I used to do, like hobby hangout pre-recorded videos and just, well, it was kind of like, yeah, just showing what I've done in the hobby, which I will do, but also I wanted to cover the Warhammer event today. So, World Championships of Warhammer, this World Championship preview. I thought I'd have a quick look at that and go over it, give you just my opinions on it. And future events, I'll try and do this as well. So, I am streaming on my YouTube channel. Also, I'm streaming on G The Hypersapien Facebook page, so I can share my link tree in the chat. If you want to go check out my link tree, I should have all the links to, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Now, I might even start a Twitch channel. I have a Twitch profile. I might start a Twitch channel so I could stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook page. But just as well, I thought I'd stream as well on the Gorkamorka's workshop Facebook page. So it's a bit of a community that I created. Basically covers greenskins. That's basically what G the Hypersapien is. I basically build and paint orcs mainly and some goblins, maybe even a little bit of a snotlin every now and again. But I do have some other stuff like lizardmen and chaos and all that stuff. But yeah, mainly, if you don't know the channel or if you have never checked it out, if you're on the Facebook page and you just see me share my hobby updates, then, I'll be doing this a little bit more hopefully in the future. Now, I will get that link up here for everyone. Also, if you are interested, I do have a food review channel, Funkin' Hungry, and I did start another YouTube channel for my live streams. For like just random live streams. I do sort of just hang out with friends and we just have a chat. But the live streams for the hobby will be on the Hypersapien G the Hypersapien channel. But yeah, we have this link tree here if you want to check it out and follow me. I even have merch, affiliate links, all that stuff if you want to help me out. But we we'll get going. But yeah, at the moment I am working on Gazskull. So yeah, he's been sitting around for a while. I've had a few projects that, like, I've been working on him. I've had a few projects that, I started. Basically, I'm a bit of you know, a bad individual, if you want to say that, for starting a project and then not necessarily getting bored, but starting a new project. If you get a new shiny little bit of plastic crack, you can't help sometimes to build them. And it's kind of nice to build sometimes. Like I'll watch series, films, whatever. It's nice to like smash out some you know a movie while building, or sometimes even painting. But I find it a good way to build because you kind of take your mind off building, which some people don't really enjoy. I don't mind it too much. Sometimes when I want to get to the model just to paint it, it can be a bit of a slog. But yeah, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. I see there's four people on, well, there's a few of you on YouTube and there's one person on the Facebook page. So hello and welcome. And yeah, so I'm working on Gasgold. He is, they say he's the prophet. They say he's one of the biggest, baddest orcs, but right about now he is a little bit armless. So I've got his arm, my beard a little bit of a scratch. Yeah, I'm just, I've got him in a bit of sub-assembly. I did have the backpack and the head and all that stuff, sub-assemblies, but yeah, I mean, right about now, I don't have the best setup to show you, but I will, I do share pictures quite regularly on the Facebook page if you want to check that out. And there is someone was on Gorkham Walker's workshop and they must have, turned on the live stream and thought, oh, who's this silly plonker? Better turn that off quickly. But yeah, also, I don't know how long I'll be on because it's about lunchtime and I haven't had lunch, but probably about half hour. But yeah, I've got my cup of tea, Rosie Lee. Sipping tea like Kermit. I did get some fresh water. I don't know how much I'll be painting and stuff, but I've got the fresh water. I better put that lid on. See, what I use for water is just basically a jar because I can put the lid on, and you don't get all. Sometimes you get like a moth or a little bit of whatever in there. Hey, how you going, David Marshall? Hey, bro. Good to see someone tackle that brute. I'm still chewing for a few Black Templars and Raptors. Sounds good. Yeah, I have. To be honest, I have had him for a while, and I do want to create a bit of a sort of a goth list with some boys and some knobs and some mega knobs and maybe some vehicles and use old Gas Skull. But yeah, when I get this beast up and running, I can move on to other stuff. I do have some Mezgite Orks that I've been working on. Again, if you follow me on the Facebook page, you'll see that I'll post like pictures or updates. But yeah, try not to, think about all the other stuff I've got, just trying to do the old boss. Look how tiny that looks on the screen. But yeah, that's his shoulder pad. I was I've been working on the skulls. I've done lots of skulls on his base, but he's got a couple hanging off him as decoration. But yeah, let's I guess let's bring up this. So boom, boom, boom. Where is it? There you go. So I'll just hide off in the corner down here, and we'll have a little look at this preview. Now I did do Now I did, to be honest, have a little bit of a look before I'd done it, and I'm like, may as well do this live. I need to do. Appreciate that there, Roger. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I thought I may as well do this live, and I did want to do it for the last one. Can't even remember the event. Was it Nova or whatever they call it? But yeah, anyway, enough rambling and talking. Let's have a little look at this. So yeah, this just went live recently, so hopefully I might just reload the page just in case anything new popped up. Yeah, I mean we can click on this and have a look. So it's the World Championship of Warhammer previews. And yeah, if I go back to here, just let me know if there's any issues. If you can hear me all good and all that stuff. I'm sure you can if people are chatting to me already. But yeah, so we've got these fellas. Looks like that's playing in the background. Yeah, this is just a quick sort of, going through what they've looked at. So it looks like there's obviously some new Necrons. Dark Angels are getting looks like they're getting some love, which is good to see. And another army. This is for Age of Sigma, so I know some of you might just be 40k. Some of you might be interested in Age of Sigma, but we'll just kind of go over just roughly, have a look at all of the stuff. So a little bit of Underworlds as well. I do have some Underworlds war bands, but I've never actually played the game. But I do love, again, green skins, and they look pretty green to me. A little bit of Horus Heresy there. Necromunda as well. I've never actually played Necromunda, but it looks like a really cool system, like a really cool game. We've got some Night Lords, which I'm pretty keen to see. Kind of like Night Lords. I've never collected them or painted them, but I kind of like the lore. I don't know much about Space Marine lore, but and then we've got a little bit of Old World, and yeah, that's sort of just the preview. But if we jump back and we can look at this stuff a little bit more individually. So what should we look at first? I guess we'll jump to the bottom. So again, that's the preview we looked at. I guess we'll start with this Necron. Orakan Divines. So some of that Pariah Nexus stuff. We'll we'll mute it just in case copyright. I don't really know if we can play videos or what, but I guess we'll worry about that when we come to it. If they tell me no and shake their finger at me, I guess I'll know that I won't do that in the future. Yeah, not the best video. I guess if you're a Necron fan, you might be, frothing at the metal lips. But we'll jump down and we'll have a bit more of a look. See, I'm not a huge Necron fan, but I'd like, I don't know. Obviously, they're trying to go into a certain aesthetic now, where it's sort of futuristic, a little bit sort of pixely when it comes to the weapon he's holding, and obviously it has sort of like a little bit of Egyptian sort of influence now. I don't know. To me personally, this model looks a little bit too busy for my liking. I kind of like my robots a little bit more like Terminators and how they were when they were Chaos androids, and the old Necrons where it's not as much little fancy bits, but I guess you got to tell them apart. The more fancy stuff he has, I guess you sort of know that he's like he even has a tail and stuff. But yeah, each to their own. If you love this, then I'm glad and happy for you. Like the colors as well just throw me off a little bit personally. Like they've got some of these bronzy colors, so that's sort of what they introduced in the new Necron. Would have been eighth edition, right? That bronzy color, a little bit of silver, and then they've got this sort of bluish green color. I just feel like there's a little bit too much going on for me, but gotta love the little scarabs on the base. Now, I won't really necessarily bore you with like all the detail, but obviously you can go and read this if you're interested in each each sort of item I show, each model or models. Yeah, that's your tin heads. Appreciate you liking there as well, Robert. If you don't mind, if you want to give me a like on whatever you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, whatever. But yeah, we'll jump down. The next one is this little Dark Angel Beaky here. So I guess we'll quickly do this. I guess I have to mute every single one I do. Can bring it up a little bit bigger for you. So yeah, I love the glowing eyes. Obviously, it's a little bit of lighting that comes into it, but the glowing eyes looked epic on him. So I guess well, he's got a hood, but yeah, you can't really see it on this angle. I guess that glowing eyes. I mean, this is a great model. It does look like there's a little bit of a mold line going around around his halo there, but that's just probably me being picky. Yeah, it's great to see Dark Angels getting some love. I guess this edition next year they're going to start smashing out some of the loyal chapters and like expand on them a little bit more, bring them into the new range. So it's really good to see this. I do like this idea of this smoke coming out of the incense or whatever Dark Angels have. But yeah, the smoke does look a little bit crap, to be honest. Like it's hard to make smoke look good on a 3D model. So it's a great idea, but it kind of looks like like marshmallows or whatever. Here he is again. I love the hood, but I love the hood down as well. You really see that sort of great skull sort of helmet that he has going on. So yeah, lovely, lovely model. So yeah, obviously the Primarch's back, so they're starting to. I guess all these characters are starting to pop up. The Dark Angels, and then we have the Deathwing Knights. Now these look just absolutely beautiful. Like the Terminators looked great as is. They were a little bit vanilla, but that's so you can, I guess, customize them or do what you want. But yeah, it's really good to see these. Now, the last guy, I didn't like the sword that much. The sword, sort of, I know it's a different style of sword, but yeah, these swords are really good. Again, like Games Workshop these days, they love to decorate with so much stuff. So no wonder I take a year to paint one model. Yeah, I know some people smash them out just to get them on the tabletop, stuff like that. But yeah, and cheers, Roger, for liking the stream as well. But yeah, just a really lovely paint job, really lovely models as well. We'll quickly flick through them. We've got So that must have been the leader, champion, or lieutenant, or whatever they call them. I'm not much of a space marine myself. These little details, like they have their little, feathers and stuff to make them just dark angels. Yeah, very lovely models these are. See, I do have some beakies laying around, and I was doing ultramarines, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But I might be tempted to get some dark angels with some terminators. If they're gonna bring out some bikes for dark angels as well, and then grab Lionel Johnson or whatever, be a pretty cool little force there. So we got the Flesh Eater Corpse back in the new book. So this is the book 4 for Dawnbringers, the Mad King Rises. So yeah, Flesh Eater Corpse are an army that has needed love for a while. They've only had like a model here and there. I know they've had War Cry. Yeah, it's really good to see. And you've got to love some of these trailers that Games Workshop do. Very sort of horror-esque and creepy and stuff. And that king, he's just crazy. He reminds me of Dark Crystal and just lots of old movies. You can see that they've had inspiration from a lot of different sort of horror type stuff. But yeah, that's so here he is in all of his glory. What's his name? It's like Osharan. Yeah, so he has the fur that a lot of these ghouls have on their back, and obviously he's just full of all these details again. I might grab this model just to paint, or I'm even kind of tempted to get the army, but I've already got so many armies. I need to do my Iron Jaws first when it comes to Age of Sigma. The position of his finger, how he sort of just, it looks like he wants you to kiss his ring. Kiss my ring, peasant. Yeah, like, look how much detail. They've done a lovely job painting this model. The cloak even sort of sways and goes off into the side there, and he's got that finger out. I might actually do a video for a Flesh Eater Corp because I've had one sitting around Prime for a while that I've been meaning to do just a skin tutorial one. Oh man, look at all those faces, skulls, and heads and all that stuff. The face is amazing. I'm not the biggest fan of how they do sometimes hair. See how it sort of it's rounded on the end? I don't know. It's a little bit sort of, you love the model, but there's always little bits that you just aren't the biggest fan of. But overall, this is a good 9.5 out of 10 model, I'd say. Almost a 10, but there's probably just a like I would give it a 10, but yeah, just those little the hair or whatever there, just looking a little bit strange for me, but overall, lovely job. Yeah, so we jump up and we'll have a look at so it's just the whole range pretty much. They might have a few other ones that they've kept up their sleeve, but this is pretty much the whole army that they're bringing out. So we have Crypt Guard. So yeah, lovely models these are. Just yeah, really good. I love how they have that proper ghoul look. They're not quite zombies, they're not quite vampires. Just really good. Really excited and loving seeing these. See, there's a nod back to their old ones, but the proportions are better, the faces are way better, and they've still got that little tuft of hair on the back. Their weapons, they painted these really well. They're greenish, yellowish sort of tinge to the skin. Lots of ghoul bits and like flesh, bones, all that good stuff that you'd expect from undead, really. Some dude chewing on an arm there. Yeah, we jump down now. It looks like we've got the heavy options, the two-handed options. what are these called? Morpeg Knights. Probably gonna get lots of these names wrong because Warhammer just wants to come up with some weird ass names. Yeah, love these models as well. It's great to see them, have steeds. So at first, when I saw this, I thought it was like a character or whatever. But then I noticed that they have obviously this is sort of a unit. So they have the standard bearer, the musician, the champion. You've got faces on the shield and just all this gory horror stuff, which I love. You see that like, on the flag, it's basically a person that's just been, the bone. I guess it's even the person there is probably the bones, and then they've, ripped off the flesh and made a flag out of it. You see hands, it even looks like feet. But I love the faces on these. So we have that skull one on the champion, on the actual beast itself. Yeah, these are great. Have a little bit more look from different angles. So I guess you can probably build them. I don't know. I guess you can build them as like the champion musician and standard bearer. This one looks like is he the champion or is he just like a normal? You might be able to build them as just normal ones. Look at the detail. I love the paint job on this cloth here or flag or whatever. Hands and just bits of skin. Brilliant. And a close up of that face there, of that, I guess it's a bat. We'll just call it a bat. What a great model here. The Vargolf Cortez. Uh, really creepy with the long limbs, but a little bit more traditional sort of vampire bat type creature when it comes to the face. You jump down here and you see how long his limbs are and just how. See, this is great, like really well done. The proportions are a little bit off, but that's on purpose. Like he's got sort of smallish sort of legs, and he's just got these really long limbs, and the body is actually, really top heavy, bigger than the bottom area. The paint job is amazing. I love the texture on his face here. He's got sort of, like actually painted on texture. This is another one, the Abhorrent Cardinal. See, I'm not a huge flesh eater guy. I know that there's a certain way to say a lot of their stuff. So, yeah, absolutely love this model because it's going into the lore of them sort of thinking they're sort of regal and they don't sort of seem to realize that they're monsters. Love the face on this guy and love like how it kind of, looks like a pope or a bishop, but it's made out of bones and flesh. It's absolutely amazing. The Royal Decapitator looks like two head options. I prefer the one without the mask, but yeah, it definitely has that executioner look to it. But I like painting faces, so I like this has a few faces. One himself, one on the top of the weapon, and holding one. Looks like maybe even a torch or something has made it into. Then we have the army box for Flesh Eater Corpse. Lovely artwork, great models. It looks like a great starter army. It looks like two units of or the the double-handed one and the single-handed one. You probably can, make them how you want. So you can have two units of the same one, I'd imagine. Then you have that unit of the Bat Boys. You have Long Arm, Stretch Armstrong there, and forget what he's called, but they did reveal him before. The one that's on the cover there. Then you've got the Flesh Eater Corpse book. And yeah, it looks like they've done a great job with that army, and I'm pleased for people that have been wanting new models. But yeah, definitely tempted to buy some of them for sure. Yeah. So we looked at the Flesh Eater Courts and the Age of Sigma. So death gore for underworlds sounds like my kind of stuff. Looks like, yeah. So we've got these, the stabby boys. So this is some green skins. This is the crawl boys. So I haven't played Underworlds, but I do have some Underworlds models. It just looks like the crawl boys. They're starting to really find their own aesthetic and just look to them. Obviously, they're more skinny and gangly orcs. So what's this? Dagox, stab lads. Yeah, so these don't get me too excited, but that being said, they're definitely lovely models. You know, I don't know if it's for me to rush out and buy them now, but I'm more into, the Iron Jaws sort of style Orc. Yeah, definitely lovely models. Definitely look exactly how Crawl Boys you'd imagine them to look. Lovely poses. I do really like this guy. This musician guy is fantastic. He definitely gives me some sort of Lord of the Rings vibes. And I do love that, instrument he's using. He's pretty mean. I like his face. Yeah, there you go. Now again, if you're into this, you can Roar of Kragnos. Kragnos is the destruction god, cruel, cunning. Yeah, yeah, check it out if you're interested in Underworlds or Cruel Boys. So we'll have a quick look at Horus Heresy. It's another system that I haven't played or don't sort of collect, but so it looks like some assault jump pack boys, beakies. I'm sure people that play this game regularly, you'll sort of be keen to see these, be able to play the game a little bit different. They definitely do look great. I love the posing. Like they look like they've just landed and they're getting ready to fight. Ah, bloody phone dying. Better put that on charge just for later on. Yeah, these are great. I do like myself the beakies, the proper beakies, with the actual beak. Do love the shoulder pads with the studs and just yeah, they're not too over decorated, which is good about Horus Heresy. They're not kind of like 40k where it's just covered in stuff. Yeah, not bad. There we are in a different color scheme instead of Horus got the Imperial Fist. Yeah, so there wasn't a huge amount of models, but to me you know, we covered just a Necron model for I'm guessing they're doing a new book series. We have a bit of Dark Angels. It's a bit of a leak. I'm sure they'll bring out some other stuff. Hopefully, like a Dreadnought and some bikes would be nice. And we've gone through the Flesh Eater Courts, which it really got a lovely, upgrade. Underworlds, Horus Heresy, and now, oh, before we jump into that, I guess there's somehow I clicked on this and it goes into the one that I wanted to look at. Then Necromunda. Looks like it's just a vehicle for Necromunda. Oh, yeah, it is a pretty dope looking vehicle though. Kind of looks like Halo, a Warthog, a little bit. The Taurus is in hot pursuit. So yeah, it's sort of talking about Astra Militarum and lovely paint job. Not too busy, flat panels, so it sort of leaves you to put on transfers or, if you're that good at freehand, do what you need to do. The heads are awesome, a little bit of artwork. Yeah, so not too much from Necromunda, but enough just to keep people, going. Hey, Retro Apocalypse or Retro Calypse, that's the one. Sorry, I remember another stream that you was on that we were trying to say that, but yeah, got there in the end. That is going to get looted. Yeah, it's definitely. I love my Halo on Xbox, and it definitely reminds me of the Warthog. Okay, so now we'll jump into Kill Team. So we have the Night Lords, which look amazing. So we'll jump in, we'll look at the video, Kill Team. Now I do have commandos for the orcs, obviously. Haven't yet built them or played Kill Team. Yeah, these are very tempting for me to get. I just like the lore when it comes to Night Lords. Yeah, these look crazy. It's a bit of a shame that they always do them in kill teams, like really good, models or just really good units from the game in kill team. But that being said, these are amazing. I might have to pick up a pack of these. Just how crazy they look. They have the wings on their helmets and on the symbol. Just yeah, very lovely paint job. It would take me quite some time to get these done. Love the helmets. Yeah, sorry, I'm just sitting here staring at them a little bit. Like the backpacks do remind me of very old Chaos models that were around years ago, like 20, 30 years ago. God, I love the just a dead dude hanging off his banner and pole there. Yeah, these are amazing models, really well done. It's just the more you look, the more you just pick out stuff you like. Yeah. So I am more of a, orc collector and player, but just like look at the hooks. Like you can tell that they were on, meat hanging off hooks, and they probably just, just thrown them on themselves pretty much. Crazy. The dude without the top of his helmet's really cool. Ah, I'm guessing that he's the leader, is he in the hood? Don't know. They're all sort of really decorated that I don't know the leader from Take Me to Your Leader, and I just wouldn't know which one's which. Guessing that the leader would be him with the. I believe if we scroll down, we can see him actually a little bit more. Yeah, so he's got the cloak, it's all stitched together. I love me painting flesh as well, even if it's sort of flayed flesh. Yeah, really well done these are. He's got the claw. This is the weapon that I was saying that the leader has. So it's a chain sword, but it's got like a rib cage, but it's a metal one. Lots of skulls in it, which Warhammer loves its skulls, but some of the weapons don't have as many skulls as they used to. I remember an old Great Unclean one had little skulls and stuff like that on it. But that's the kill team. I wonder who they faced. Did they really say who the other kill team is, the opposing side? I'm guessing it's going to be the quote, the good side. It'll be interesting to see who they verse. And now, Old World. Let's take a look at the Old World. So they've shown a little bit of the Old World. Obviously, the Bretonians. They've showed obviously they're going to be sort of versing the main two armies are going to be undead and humans, order or whatever they're known as. Let's take a look at this. So when I did watch this, I had a bit of a look at it earlier. I thought it was going to be a giant crocodile at first, but then I did notice, that it has wings. So I'm guessing it's like an undead dragon. Yeah, this just looks crazy with the lich on top. Love his sort of facial expression, like he's sort of shouting, but he's sort of curling his mouth a bit, and obviously very Egyptian pharaoh sort of looking. But yeah, I'm guessing it's a zombie dragon. If it's got wings, it just I guess fantasy did have dragons with very long faces, a little bit like Chinese dragons. Yeah, unleash the curse of Nagash. We'll jump down and just have a look at this model. It's a little bit of a different angle than in the video. Yeah, this is just crazy. Very well done. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Again, the more you look at this model, so this is a fairly busy model in a way, but I'd say it's got a lot of open space where it's not too fiddly. When it comes to a space marine, and they've got a lot of stuff like those Dark Angels, Terminators, and stuff look really great, but so much small area to just paint all those little details can get a little bit annoying. And I'm not a professional, but I'm not too bad of a painter. But I know for more beginners, that stuff could be a nightmare. But yeah, this is sort of more busy when it comes to the dude on top and some of the stuff around him. But you could probably paint that big banner or whatever behind him separately and glue it on after. Probably even paint the dude separately. Yeah, the dragon, like has a lot of open space where hopefully you can get to all of that without having too much of an issue. Really good model though. Yeah, so it is a bone dragon. New plastic kit. Yeah, I know some old world is going to be resin, so I was wondering. I was a little bit, worried about that being all resin. Where I've worked with resin before, it's not, the end of the world. But being plastic is a lot nicer. It means like, yeah, just easier to assemble and clean up, really. So he's the Tomb King or the High Priest. So you can have two different builds on that. Oh, and I really like that one. That head option is really cool. Yeah, so this is a totally different option here. You can also build them on foot, it looks like. I know that you could do that with the Seraphon or the Lizardmen Carnosaur kit, for example. You could, have one on foot or put him on, depending on how you built him. Yeah, you got a little cat, undead cat. Have a bit of a look at his face. So he's doing like a spell as well. It looks like a spell that's made by sand, but then it's turning into manifesting into this vulture, I guess. I do actually really like that head as well. Both head options for the actual guy is great. So it's a Tomb King or a High Priest. Head back to the reveal. So yeah, that's it. That's it really. Yeah, let me know in the chat, or if you watch this after it goes live, let me know in the comments below what you're looking forward to. If you're looking forward to nothing, if you're going to grab any of these, what armies you collect. If you're a bloody, I was going to call them Necrons. I was going to call them like undead. Was going through the fantasy Age of Sigma undead first. I'm like, what are they called? Necrons. Yeah, if you collect Necrons, Dark Angels, if you're a bit of a flesh eater corp, let me know. If you're a crawl boy, if you're into the Horus Heresy, the Necromunda, the Kill teams. But yeah, I feel like this has covered it, like pretty much all the main systems, besides, I guess, well, Blood Bowl, and they don't have any Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings stuff. Well, I feel like it's a pretty good reveal. I didn't catch all of the show, and that's how I saw a few of the models. I saw a little bit of the Twitch. So what did I get? Yeah, pretty much. I just really caught the Night Lords and the Tomb King stuff. Yeah, we'll jump back into the stream. I guess I could look at what if there's anything else on here laying around, because it is a bit of a hobby hangout Warhammer show. Maybe one day I'll go into some other stuff. Yeah, they've got this game as well, kind of like Epic. It's a little bit of a shame that it seems to be all sort of Horus Heresy stuff, which is cool, but if they'd done mini orcs, little tiny orcs with vehicles, I'd probably wet myself and get into it. Yeah, so there's not too much for from the following from the previous week. I might even do. I was thinking about doing this hobby hangout possibly every week, and maybe just do a recap of kind of like I'm doing here. Go through, do a recap of all the stuff that has came out. Now I can be a little bit more thorough when I do that, but they do have this guy that's really cool, and might just show people this guy. He's a little bit nuts. So this is another model for the Flesh Eater Courts. So again, they've shown a few models, and then for the real reveal today, they showed sort of the bulk of the army, I guess. Yeah, today mainly I just wanted to cover the previews that they showed. So I might jump into the Red Gobbo here, because I'm obviously a little bit of a Orc fan, Goblin fan. So where is the actual? It must be. Just we'll look at the pre-orders. An Epic Imperator Titan and Orc Gargan Imperator. And man, this text so small I can barely read it. So retro calypse. Oh man, lucky I'm not doing this live. Otherwise, I'd fucking come across like a right plonker. But yes, it would. Yes, it would retro. So this is the Red Gobbo. So last year we had the Goth Rocker, and we have had two the Red Gobbos before. So we had him with his presence. We had him with Bouncer, the Squig, and now we've got another one. Some people don't like the Christmas theme, but you know, because I just like collecting green skins, I'm gonna get that anyway. But I do kind of like him. He is looking quite cheeky and stuff. Yeah, I'm keen for it. I'll grab it. I'll probably do a review of the model. And yeah, I did do a painting video. It wasn't that sort of popular for the Red Gobbo and Bouncer. Might save that image actually while I'm here. And yeah, these are a little bit old, but we did get some battle forces. So I'll just slowly go through them. Now I did end up grabbing the Beastnagger one. They sold out from places. I could have grabbed it, but I do have a lot of these models already. But it's always good to bulk out the army. I would like some more Squidcog boys. We've got some squats. We've got some gits. We've got some Age of Sigma. So we've got some vampires, chaos, lizard men, which would have been nice to get. We've got the Bone Reapers. Oh, they've even got bloody Christmas cards and wrapping paper. I did see these last year. The tree decorations. I mean, I don't put up a tree, but it would be nice to grab this bouncer and the red gobbo. And then you just got some various other ones. Calendar. Oh, they've even got advent calendars. I didn't know about that. A pin one. So yeah, you got Age of Sigma and 40k. Didn't actually know they had them. I might be kind of interested to even do that. Probably cost me an arm and a leg as well, or maybe I can sell Gazgol's arm and legs. So yeah, 24 colourful pin badges representing various factions, all behind closed doors. Yeah, it's not quite Christmas yet, but there you go. So I reckon we'll get rid of that screen. Retro is fine, yeah, instead of me bloody trying to say stuff. So we've got them. We've almost done the hour, so 47 minutes having a look at stuff. So Retro pre-ordered the Beastnagger one. I don't own anything in that box. Oh, that's perfect for you. That's a really good box. It's got yeah, pretty much everything you want really in a Beastnagger army. It had the Pain boss. You know, you could get a Beastnagger boss on foot if you wanted to, and obviously just flesh out those units if you want. I might grab one in the end because you know sometimes those Battle Force boxes start popping up later on. So you know it's like I could have got one, but I didn't necessarily need it, so I just sort of just let it slide. But I might grab one, excuse me, at a later stage. Yeah, definitely need to get my orc army up and running. I just paint really slow because yeah, I'm a fussy git when it comes to painting. But yeah, if anyone's interested in the Gazzy that I'm painting, I might take a few just whip shots and throw them on the Facebook page after I do this live, just so you can kind of see what I'm working on. I do need to get a better setup so I can paint when I do hobby hangouts. I'll probably paint anyway, but it'd be maybe nicer to sort of maybe do, sort of just explain the process, what I'm doing a little bit more. Yeah, Gazzy has taken a while. I still need to go over and do all of his armor properly. Still quite a lot on him to do. Yeah, the shoulder pads are getting there. I've just been doing the checkers, the skulls. I've started just weathering them up a little bit, adding sort of a little bit of a process for me for rust is normally doing, well, I use a lot of Citadel, so it's Rhinox hide, Mornfang brown, which is a dark brown, like a chocolate brown. Mornfang is a little bit more, of a lighter, warm brown. Then I add in, which one is it? Troll Slayer orange. But yeah, I do have some weathering paints as well, you know, just slowly get in there with Gaskull. I'm kit bashing a G.I. Joe Cobra his tank into a grot tank. I found a mini version online. I'll just leave that there so you know what I'm talking about. I found a mini version online and had to try it. Sounds awesome. I love them like I don't really kit bash too much. I just because I run well, I do this YouTube channel. I haven't done any content on G The Hypersapien for a bit, but I tried to run the Gorka Walkers Workshop community. I tried to share my stuff. I also have a food review channel, and I do a couple of live streams on that on Monday and Saturdays, which are today. But I thought I'd do a quick live on here, which I want to do more regularly. But yeah, the point I'm making is I love a lot of like retro. And there's some other people. I love seeing their kit bashes and their creations that they make. So making the his tank into a grot tank, definitely looking forward to checking that out and seeing what you do with it. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. And retro, if you're not a part of Gorkamorka's workshop, I'll see if I can share it. If you want to join, that would be awesome. We do have a Discord as well. I mean, I have to shout out as well, 40K Orc community. That's another great group that I'm a part of and have been a part of for ages. So uh, I use my phone so much. It's weird seeing the setup for the the website. Okay, so will this work? Oh, he's already there. But yeah, for anyone that is watching that's interested, that should be the group for Gorka Morka's workshop. So yeah, we have a Discord. We do monthly challenges. It's really just it's not necessarily a challenge. It's just I let the community pick what they want to do from if they want to paint war bosses or if they want to paint tanks or whatever. But also Gorka Morka's workshop just to make it a little bit different than some of the other ones. Some of the other orc pages, we do all green skins. So if you want to share your Age of Sigma or fantasy or even third party or just Lord of the Rings or whatever, feel free to do it. We're not that strict there as long as it's really orcs and goblins and maybe some snotlings and some squigs. It's all good. But yeah, so that was really just what I wanted to cover in this hobby hangout. I just wanted to say I'll be doing this a little bit more regularly. If people do want to join me as well in some of future streams, I can share the link. Just posted a squad there. Awesome. I'll check it out. My phone's dead. I'll check it out after I've wrapped up this live for sure. But yeah, if anyone does want to, when there isn't any sort of reveals, I will probably still go over, as I said, like the week of Warhammer. So I'll just go to Warhammer community and just have a look at some of the new stuff coming out and talk about it a bit. But obviously, if it's an Orky event in the future, I'll be doing this. But sort of, I definitely will be covering the Orc stuff as much as I can. So that will be really Gloomspite gets 40K Orcs. It will be as well. If there's any kill teams or if there's any Auric War clans, I'll just be going over that because I do pretty much collect most orcs. As I said, not as much Cruel Boys. There's been a couple of Cruel Boys Underworld war bands that I've sort of missed, which I probably should grab eventually. But yeah, I'm more of an Iron Jaw than a Cruel Boy. I'm more of a Gork than a Morker, I guess. But yeah, like all I have to do is share the link. I could share it in the chat in the future, and people can just pop up. You can have your camera on if you want, or you can just jump up here, join the chat, have a bit of a chat, and if you don't want to turn your camera on, you can just use your voice and just go from there. But yeah, hopefully this is a start of something new for G The Hypersapien. And as I said, I might eventually change the Gorka Morka's workshop because I can share on 3 different devices on the StreamYard that I use. So I might start a Twitch channel, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed it. There's only obviously a few people that have joined me today, but hopefully if I do this more often, we'll build up a bit more of a bigger audience. It'll be good to see people in the chat. But I definitely appreciate Roger for joining in, David for joining in, and of course Retro for joining in. We will push it over to the hour mark, so I'll just ramble a bit of nonsense before then. But yeah, if you want to, we have a Gorka Morka's workshop on Instagram if you want to join. If you There's many ways you can contact me, but basically that's for the community. I have my own Instagram for G The Hypersapien. So that's where I'll post my stuff. I do post my stuff on Gorka Morka's workshop, but it's more for the community, so a community driven page group and all that sort of stuff where I share everyone else's stuff. So if you share it on the Facebook page, the Discord, you have either work in progress, or if you have like a finished model, that's where I'll put it on the Instagram. I'll put the finished stuff on there, but I'm always keen to see whips, your whips and chains, you know. But yeah, what else do I have to say? I do have affiliate links. If you're in Australia, I am affiliated with Gap Games, the hobby store. Also, I'm affiliated with Chronicle Cards if you're interested in some brushes. So they do the wolf bristle brushes, they do sable brushes, and they are starting their dry brush range, tiger something. Sorry, those that range is. I will be getting those in, so I might do a quick video of the dry brushes, but I'll probably go over all of the brushes, wolf, sable, and the dry brushes. So I have them all. But yeah, if you want to support me and the channel going forward, I have a few affiliate links. I have some merch as well. So you can get the merch for the logo behind me. You can get merch for other Orky designs that I've created. I do need to get some more artists to create some more merch and designs in the future. A lot of it is Orky. There is a few other designs that I've created on there if you want to check it out. But yeah, before I leave, is there anyone that's watching that wants to, ask a question, or is there anything else you want to say, or are you just enjoying listening to me? Yeah, after this, I will get some lunch. I am streaming later tonight on Funkin' Hungry. Might share the Funkin' Hungry link tree if you're interested. It is a food related channel, but when I do the lives, it's not food related. Sometimes you know, I've done like a eating hot chips. It's 10:30 a.m. here. All right. Are you in America or are you retro? Yeah, Funkin' Hungry here if you want to check it out. It won't be till way later that I stream on Funkin' Hungry. I stream in the evening about 8 o'clock Australia time. Yeah, nice, nice. Well, I appreciate you joining in there, Retro. Really appreciate you having a chat and sharing what you're working on and stuff like that. Yeah, Funkin' Hungry, if you want to check it out, I have a YouTube page and Facebook pages and all that stuff associated with that. So it's mainly food related content, but the lives I sort of just normally catch up with a few people, or if I'm by myself, I just chat about general life, and sometimes I'll go into Funkin' Hungry, like what I'm doing on that channel. But yeah, we're here. We're on the hobby. This is the hobby hangout, and we want to do this more often. I want to engage with the people in the community. I want to, just talk about what I'm working on. And as I said, if you want to join me on, later streams that I'll do in the future, you can jump up here if you want. If you're keen to jump on camera, go ahead. If you're not, you can just have no camera on and just have your mic set up or headset on, and we can just have a chat about hobby. We can hang out, we can paint, we can show what we're doing, all that good stuff will be really good. And after doing this, not many people joined, which isn't what it's really about. I don't need hundreds of people, just a few people to have a chat with. But I thought I'd cover the Warhammer event today, and I will be doing that more in the future. Yeah, I'll love you and leave you all for now, but you will see me in the future. I might start streaming on Wednesdays, so for someone like Retro, that possibly, we'll have to get a time that sort of suits most people, but obviously Australia is really far ahead when it comes to time, so it's 4 p.m. here. So yeah, we'll have to sort it out. But even if you watch after, make sure you leave comments below and all that stuff, and let me know if you thought I was terrible, or let me know if this was enjoyable. I'd love to hear it. And yeah, I will be asking what you're working on. So make sure you share your whips to Gorka Walker's workshop. We do have another hobby coalition page. I'll share them on my Facebook page though. Yeah, I'm in Australia, South Australia. I was born in the UK, but yeah, I'm in good old Aussie land now. So yeah, this is this is sort of it's creeping up to evening. It's 4 p.m. In a couple of hours it'll be dinner time, and you're just probably getting ready to go to bed. But yeah, you'll be seeing more of me in the future, and make sure you share your whips and chains. All right, everyone. I appreciate everyone for joining in, and if you watch this after, make sure you give me some likes. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you leave some comments. And really love to hear what you're working on or what you thought of this stream. But anyway.